So welcome everyone. My name is DauT+TaToH and I'm here together with Influenza, and we are about to recast the matchup, grand final of the Nomad Battlegrounds, matchup between DauT+TaToH Viper against TheMax and Villese. And let us just start by introducing all of those players here, right here. I'll just start with, let's go for player number 2, TaToH, because my screen just popped up over there. And yeah, we see him here on the left hand side. He has the Franks, and I'll just directly jump over to his teammate, which is DauT, who is DauT in this case. A bit more central to the map, but also a tiny bit to the west here. And he has chosen the Huns. And also we got, who is it? TheMax on the right hand side. Bottom right hand side there with the Teutons. And finally his teammate Villese is also on the left hand side of this map with the Magyars. Alright, so this is the matchup. Now let us see where they will go with their TC. I mean, they have placed down their TCs obviously. So what'd you say, Flu? I mean, starting with Villese now, as I've mentioned in the last. What about his TC placement? What'd you say?
Seems like everyone has a good amount of food on their or nearby on their TC. Some of the players that they prefer to make their dock first and start to make fishing ships before they take food. Like sometimes they like to have one fishing ship out before they take food. I don't really like that style, but it's actually pretty common to do that. And that's what you can see Villese doing right now. And he sees his boar nearby, and he's going to take that right away. He has his sheep scouting right now. So that makes sense for him. It looks like he's going to have a pretty good start here, I'd say.
Alright, just looking at the other resources that are close to his TC, I mean, he has a lot of deer there in the south, that is for sure. And does he know about that? Yeah, he knows about those deer there, Villese.
Yeah.
Right inside he has a bit of stone, but that is unfortunately really close to DauT there. What about gold? On the left hand side, really close to TaToH. He has stone in the south, and that's it basically. Well, I agree with the food. That's actually an interesting and good approach, it seems. But yeah, gold-wise, he's going to be struggling if yeah, it turns out to be DauT and TaToH being more aggressive here and taking over both the stone and the gold surrounding the TC of Villese. Well, let's see about that. What about the Max?
Villese just noticed.
Oh, he's just noticed.
Where TaToH is. He noticed where TaToH is, so he's gonna steal that boar, I believe.
Yeah, true. You're right, he noticed that one. I mean, he sees the dead deer probably there also. And yeah. What about his teammate though, the Max? What'd you say about that one?
Looks like TheMax. Like he has a very good start there. He's Teutons, so it's not an extremely strong civ. I think it's probably the weakest civ out of these four. But he has a good start in that he has a lot of food nearby. He actually has the lowest population. I guess his TC was a little bit late. But in terms of the food he has around here, it looks like he'll have a pretty good start, I'd say. And also, the dock positions of these two Finnish players is very good in that they're both pretty far away from their enemies, and I think they're going to stay safe for quite a while. So even though TheMax has kind of a bad save with Teutons, he's going to have his fish safe for a while.
Yeah, that's a good observation for sure. On the right hand side, both docks, and they're really far away from the enemies. That is true, and by having the docks far away from the enemies, it's less likely to get, I know, pressure on early in the beginning of the game. And also they will maybe struggle finding them if they want to go for some water action, some aggression over there underwater. They would need to go a long way to find them. That is for sure.
Right.
Let's have a look at the other players there. We got DauT here in the middle. Looking at his TC here, I mean, he has some deer. He also had some sheep. Food is wood is okay. Looking at the other resources, he has some more gold over there in the north. That is okay in my opinion because it is not close to the enemies. So the more far away from the enemies, the better, so to speak. But obviously, it is somehow exposed there in the north. This gold pile.
Yeah.
And other than that, there's not many resources close by, I gotta say. I mean, talking about stone and gold there for DauT. But there's this stone in the south, but Villese has made sure with his palisades that there's gonna be some kind of dispute between the two.
Right. One thing to notice that DauT, he does know exactly where Villese is. He can see like where those trees were chopped, and he sees the dead boars, so he knows definitely there's an enemy there. So it's gonna be interesting to see like what DauT does in response to this. Like, is he gonna go for some feudal aggression, or is he gonna have some sort of preparation for fighting against Villese?
That's true indeed. He has the knowledge. He could use the information that he has, knowing where the wood is being chopped. And what kind of civ does he have once again? He has the Huns. I mean, obviously with the Huns, there are some possibility to do a lot of damage on land. And also early in the beginning, he could maybe even go for scouts. Why not?
Right.
And then just try to harass all the players. And knowing that many things about Villese's base could be an advantage.
TaToH losing a Vill there underneath Villese's TC though.
I was
That's
thinking
kind of
the
a big
same,
mistake.
Yeah. Do you mean this skeleton on the right hand side?
Yeah, that skeleton right there. I think
Right.
that TaToH just lost that.
Mm.
And then he should have known again, like what was happening right there, because DauT knew from the beginning of the game that there was an enemy right there. He could see it through the fog of war.
Right.
So,
Huh.
not the best teamwork, I'd say.
That's for sure. You're right. That's odd. I mean, you think DauT didn't tell TaToH about it, but I don't think so, right? It's
I don't
weird.
think. Like I said, I did hear I think I was listening to DauT talk during when this game was played.
Right.
And I don't think he mentioned where Villese was.
Come on.
Then I remember TaToH saying, "I lost my villager," and then it being a surprise where Villese was. So
Oh my
I don't
god.
think they have the best teamwork here. Actually, like maybe Villese or DauT wasn't looking around the map to see where Villese was.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. There. Right. So we can see that Villese is clicking up, and he is in Feudal first. And he has the Magyars, also civilization that is really good for scouts in my opinion. While they are maybe slower than the Huns with their stables working not as efficiently as the one of the Huns, the scouts do get an advantage when they are on Feudal Age, which is this infamous one additional attack there. So all in all they got this +3 attack already once they're out. And that could be really, really good as they are really deadly when dealing with some villagers. Let's see about this one. So far, DauT doesn't do too much. He is on the way to Feudal Age. What do you expect from all of those civs? This everything that takes place here at the moment.
I think we're gonna see DauT and TheMax both going for a fast castle just based on their populations, and they're both well above 30 pop. So I think for sure we're gonna see they're gonna attempt the fast castle for sure. I'm not sure if DauT is gonna be able to actually succeed, given he might lose a villager here to Villese's TC, but again, I think he might be facing Villese. Villese is going to be forwarding him, I believe, with towers or stables or something. Scouts.
Scouts, towers. We see a lot of things happening at the same time. That is remarkable for sure. So Villese basically goes for Trush. TaToH goes for Trush. And yeah, scouts also around there. Many things happening here.
I think we'll see the fast castle for TheMax, and he'll make some knights, I think. But Villese, he's going on stone right now, so I think he's going to be, and he's sending the villagers forward. So we're going to see some sort of tower action from him for sure.
Yeah, just a question here. What minute are you at the moment, time-wise?
14:10 right now.
All right, that explains a lot.
Oh, you're slowing down then.
So I'm
Really?
at 16. I'm at 16.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
16?
So yeah, this is why I said I see towers, I see scouts. All of what you've said just took
what
place
the
here. What game speed are you on at the moment? Is it 50 or 75?
I think I was on 50. I was on 50.
But isn't that way too slow, man? I felt that it's way too slow.
I think okay. You want to go 75? Okay, fine. I'll go 75. I'll catch up. Let me catch up. Hold on.
Yeah, I've stopped now. I'm at 16.6. So once you're caught up, I'll just continue here.
Okay, and then we'll go at both at 75 then?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I'm at 16.7 right now, just to make sure that I'm 75, then we can continue. I feel that 50 was a bit too slow.
I thought that was, that seemed normal speed to me. I'm not sure. Like, that was like how it would be if it was live, but
Okay.
yeah, I guess, if you want to speed it up a little bit, that's fine, for sure.
Okay, I'll pay attention to it. Okay.
So it's on pause, like right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Cool.
Hopefully we're caught up with each other. I think it says 75 for me. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel that much different, but
right. It's just a little difference maybe. But I feel that this is the correct speed. I am not sure, but it looks cool. It looks fine.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, basically what you've said is true. Towers, indeed. And DauT has placed a counter tower there, just to make sure that Villese will not be able to stay at that very point. Instead, though, he goes to the front as into the north, wanted to place a tower there in order to zone the gold of DauT, but that failed for now. As TaToH is there also with a decent amount of scouts, and he has the Franks. I just forgot about this. We got so many civs actually being able to go for scouts here, right?
Right. There's 4 good scout civs right here.
Yeah, exactly. Also the students. You're right. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, it looks bad for Villese at the moment. I gotta say.
Yeah, losing. He's a bit behind in the villager count compared to TaToH. You can't really compare him to the guys going fast castle, but he definitely has fewer villas than what TaToH has.
Right. Interesting stuff there for sure.
It looks like TheMax is losing on water a little bit. There's 3 fire galleys for DauT against just 1 of TheMax. So.
Yeah, right. Water. That's always something that I seem to neglect when casting NBG. What you say is the impact on that? Losing water, let's say around this time, 20 minutes in time. Let's say you lose the control over the water because there are many fire ships and you have no fishing boats left. And obviously the enemy has way more fishing ships than you then. Do you think that this is a substantial difference then? Or, I mean, let me just rephrase it one more time. I'm sorry. What about, is it able to somehow compensate it if you just stay on land then, if you're forced to go away from the water?
Yeah, I agree. I think you can, like, you see what TheMax is doing. He's going to lose his fish most likely, right? But he has some knights and he's already queuing down some farms. He's putting his farms down. So he's going to be fine in the food department. He already has a lot of villas on forage bushes too. And what's more important than fishing ships, in my opinion, is actually, villagers themselves.
Right.
And we see that DauT here, he had to make a tower in defense. He didn't have any sort of military buildings. So that was kind of, he's just going purely on water. And he had to actually buy a stone for the second TC. And it's not even on gold. So he's going to have a really hard time this game, actually, making an army.
Yeah, I mean, now that you've mentioned it, what about that second TC? Why didn't you go for the one in the north? Do you think it was just basically too hard to place down TC over there? Why did you go for the one on the left side?
I think, yeah, it was probably too dangerous over there. You didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, true. Well, unfortunate stuff. Interesting. I mean, he has put down his monastery in order to get out a monk, to be able to convert a knight or two. But yeah, without gold income, it's gonna be tough for him for sure.
Okay, so let's, what's the time for you right now?
Oh, 21:49.
21:49. Why am I ahead now? 75 is too fast for me.
Okay.
Apparently.
God, this is what time are you at? Wait, what time are you at now? Is it 25? Where are you?
I'm at 23:15 right now.
What? Okay, I'll just fast forward a tiny bit.
This is awkward, man.
Yeah, this is awkward, but maybe we'll be able to. So I'm at 23:20 now. What about that?
Yeah, I'm around there. I'm a little bit ahead of you still, but yeah.
I'll just catch up one moment. Okay, alright. So let's just stay with this one.
Alright, so DauT getting up that 3rd TC on the gold now, so he'll be okay, but still no military buildings for him.
Right. He only has his monastery getting out monks. But yeah, that's all for now.
We do see 2 archer ranges actually being built right now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's going to make some cav archers, so that makes sense to complement the knights of his ally from the Franks player. So
makes sense for sure. Yeah, you say knights, you say cav archers. Actually, Villese with the Magyars could also go for cav archers himself, and he is going for that cav archers now. 2 archer ranges now. All right. So actually, we can see some mirroring here, as TheMax is the one for going for knights, and then Villese with the cav archers. Interesting for sure. Alright. So yeah, it's actually quite important to mention. You said it a couple of times. TheMax went for the fastest castle as possible, and that is mostly that was mostly possible because he was so far away from the others. I mean, in comparison, Villese is so close to the others. He's also close to TaToH, so TheMax actually had the luxury or the opportunity to go for this kind of approach. And let's see if this is going to be an advantage. Do the others know about TheMax TC though? I mean, his base. I mean, they could guess, of course, but
I think they could just assume where he is, but
Mm-hmm.
they know he's farther out there,
Mm.
and that the main thing right now is the only person they can do damage on easily is Villese, and then again they have the army advantages for the Finnish team, so I don't think they're gonna DauT and TaToH are gonna be able to do damage here. They might just try and defend, especially look at TaToH's army. TaToH has pikemen, just pikemen. That's it.
And it's never a good sign when they're just pikemen, that's for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
That's a big mistake. It's not like he has no gold. He has 2 TCs in the back on gold, and he only has 3 villas taking gold. So I think it's just a misplay from him. I think he should have knights.
You're right. I mean, he has the gold, but he doesn't use it. That's for sure. So it's odd, as you know, in front of his base and his allies' base, there are 2 enemies, as in a large group of cav archers and also a group of knights. Certainly something that is a bit tough for DauT to deal with, right? I mean, just himself
Right, yeah.
there. I wonder why this is happening like this.
Not sure. Like, I guess he thinks it complements his mangonels a bit better. So like the
Mhm,
knights can't
mhm.
run up and kill his mangonels. He can defend with the pikemen a bit better that way.
Mm.
But still, I think in order to have a better teamwork with your ally, it's better to have the knights.
Yeah,
But it seems DauT is actually doing pretty well. He has a fair number of cav archers himself, and I think he's able to defend.
yeah, for now it looks good. Maybe he's just buying time here, speaking of DauT, for TaToH to be able to come from the left-hand side to attack Villese there, as he is slowly getting rid of the towers of Villese, taking over that gold, at least zoning it with his mangonel there, and the incoming troops consisting of pikemen. It could maybe like this that TaToH just wants to attack Villese, while both Villese and TheMax are just busy with DauT. Just theoretically speaking now. Just if it works, we're gonna see, but I completely agree with what you've said. Knights would have made sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're just gonna play like kind of 1v1. Like DauT's gonna hold one side, and then TaToH's gonna try and push on his side. That's what it looks like they're trying to do here. But again, TheMax in the back there with the biggest eco of all right now,
Right.
and able to tech into paladins if he goes to the Imperial Age. So I think could be rather dangerous if he stays untouched.
For sure, for sure. That's for sure. But the pressure is
It looks
on.
like DauT is going to raid right now.
Is he?
See that?
Just let's talk about time comparison. What minute are you at the moment?
I'm at 31:50.
Oh, come on, man. It's just legit 1 minute behind.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I've been like trying to, I don't know, time it. 'Cause I know like my 50 isn't the same as your 50. My 75 isn't the same.
Yeah,
as your
yeah.
75.
I was thinking the
So-
same. Oh my god.
Maybe try. I know my shift key isn't working, so I can't
Yeah.
like go in between. So maybe turn yours to like 60 or something, and then I could be at 50, and then we'll see if that's
Right.
like the same speed.
Let's try it out. I'll go to 60 right now, with shift, and I am at 60. Confirmed.
Okay.
Confirmed. And I am
I'll
at
be-
minutes 32:43 now. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'm just describing what we see here at the moment. That is a castle by TheMax, right in front of the base of DauT, right into his face, so to speak. He has the hill advantage with that castle. This castle is going to get up for sure, as there's just a little bit of pikemen trying to stop it there. And yeah, there's certainly a lot of pressure. DauT, though, incoming now with his army of cav archers. Also a lot of mangonels firing here and there. And actually, this castle has been denied. For now.
For now.
Wow. A lot of
The
stuff.
Max, his eco is still, like I said, the biggest in the game. So he can afford to lose a few villas here and there trying to get this castle, but I think he's going to go in for a second attempt to rebuild this right now. I think you should be able to get it up if he, micros properly with his mangonels and his knights.
Right. It should be possible, but easier said than done. The pressure is on. I mean, DauT is there waiting. He's just assuming that, yeah, he's just waiting for the villagers to approach there, just to get him. But now there's a decent army of Villese as well. This castle finally is up. And yeah, there we go. The pressure is on now. So what you think are we going to see? You said it actually. With the Teutons, probably we're going to see some paladins, at least cavaliers and then paladins. He has the eco for that in the back. as he has a
Yeah, we just
strongest
saw
one.
him sell wood.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's trying to get the gold to click up right now. He's about to.
Right, right.
Just in a
there it is.
second.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, he is now. Right now. Just clicked up. Alright.
So we're not exactly at the same time, but I think we're a little bit better. We're a little bit closer now.
Yeah, yeah. For the next time, for the next match, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, so just looking at what is happening. Villese getting a wheelbarrow, finally, by the way. And yeah, TaToH's clicking up as well. So maybe he will make use of the situation that he is in at the moment, which is actually, yeah, he just brought up a little bit of siege and mostly just pikemen. And other than that, he didn't spend too much of gold, I feel. And maybe he will somehow use it.
He has 3 gold piles here. He has access to all of them. It's very safe. He has a castle, so you'd expect it. Cavaliers, paladins are his own.
Right.
But he prefers to, like, he does have like the strongest paladins in the game, right? He doesn't have to upgrade them for bloodlines either. And so that should be a good choice for him. But he's choosing to stick with the pikemen. He gets future halberdiers, and then he's gonna make trebs to try and take down that forward castle of the Max.
Right. And he is still committing into pikemen. You said it. So they will be future. They are future halberdiers there. Wow. Okay. Interesting stuff. I mean,
controlling that hill in front of DauT+'s base is going to be a pretty important stepping stone. He can attack a whole bunch of DauT+'s base and control it just from that one hill, and it definitely keeps them in this corner.
True. And just thinking of how this game is evolving here. So score-wise, DauT and TaToH is still leading there, but that is only because the Max has a massive lead there. Villese is just a little bit behind. Just thinking of Villese here, what does he do here? I mean, he has a decent number of cav archers, obviously, but also he is pressured a tiny bit there on the left-hand side by TaToH, as he is trying to approach there still with his siege, castle, pikeman, office, halberdier incoming. Okay.
Right. So yeah, I think where's he gonna send his trebs? That's where I'm wondering. Is he gonna go for Villese's castle, or is he gonna go for the Max's? I think I would send it, try and help DauT out and go for the Max.
Yeah, what makes sense.
Looks like that's what he's doing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Max is playing it safely. Places down a second castle down the left-hand side. I hope you see that one as well, as in.
Yeah, I see that.
Cool. So we're good with the time, it seems. So yeah, and behind this castle, those castles, there's a huge amount of knights already, and he is going for cavalier. Yeah, a lot of things being tagged right now. DauT also on his way to imp finally. So the only one not clicking up is Villese for the moment. Now we gotta ask ourselves, is that a good thing by Villese? He's just holding on for now, and slightly supporting there, also in the north, to get more into DauT+'s base. Let's see if this is gonna work out.
It seems Villese does have the smallest eco in the game right now, but he's just about to click up here, and then he should be good.
Yeah, he's clicking. Yeah, he will click up there. Yeah, there we go. So the Max.
I'm still a little bit ahead of you, but it's fine. What can we do? Maybe for the next game we'll try like 65.
Yeah, all right. Let's do it like this. Sounds good. Yeah. Right. So Paladin also incoming. Chemistry, interesting, incoming for the Max. Blast Furnace. That's no surprise. Makes sense. So what do you think about DauT and TaToH? What kind of unit composition should they go for? As in, should DauT just continue going for more cav archers? And then
I think cav archers, he has to go for cav archers, yeah.
Okay.
But again, we know which team has the strongest composition is definitely going to be the Max and Villese. I mean, the strongest cav archers in the game are for the Magyars once they get their unique tech.
Yeah, that was recurve bow, right?
The recurve bow, yeah.
Yeah, recurve bow, okay.
And then once the Max gets Paladin, then that's just going to be so mobile, and they'll be able to take fights whenever they want to take fights, and they don't have to. And they can run away from the halberdiers. Like look at where TaToH's halbs are. Like they're really out of position over there, and that's why halbs aren't the best choice in this kind of situation.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're really. What are they even doing? I mean, are they going for the Max's base now? What's the plan of that? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's DauT doing here. He's just losing a bunch of cav archers underneath that castle.
Ah,
Very
unfortunate stuff.
bad misplay right there.
Don't like that play. Happens.
Now he's gonna go
Shouldn't
raid with the halbs, man.
Yeah, it's just wow. It's really happening that he is going for the raid. Wow.
Yeah, it's game over here, I think.
Yeah, doesn't look good. Patterns. But also, at least DauT goes for heavy cav archers, so he will be a potential threat there for the max at least. But yeah, let's see if TaToH is going to be successful there. I don't think so. But maybe he will provoke Villese to go back into the max space to clear this mess up as he has cav archers. Yeah, that is actually happening. I don't know if it's just baiting now. So Villese is not there anymore, therefore the max is kind of alone in the front. But I don't see...
Yeah, but the max, he has trebs and he has a whole bunch of paladins. I mean, those paladins, it's the best unit, you know, on the map right now.
Yeah, you're right.
So that he can choose to raid TaToH, we can raid DauT. He can just send his paladins wherever he wants.
Yeah.
And then the halbs aren't going to do too much damage, even if Villese didn't bother to attack him.
True. Weird stuff by TaToH for sure.
Yeah. I remember I was listening to the cast. I mean, I was listening to the chat of DauT and TaToH in between them, but for this game. And at the end of it, TaToH was saying how he didn't have enough gold. So
are you kidding me?
Yeah, he said he didn't have enough gold to do like paladins or something. I'm like, and now when I'm in the game, I'm like, he has plenty of gold. Like, what's he doing? What does he mean he didn't have gold? He had plenty of gold. He could have made paladins if he wanted. So I just think his strategy choice here wasn't based on what resources he had. It was just, I'm gonna make halbs whether I have gold or not. He just wants to go for halbs. I think that's his mistake here, because DauT's going for the correct unit given his ally civ, and you know, obviously it's a good civ. It's a good unit for the Huns.
Exactly. You're right. Certainly odd there. Certainly odd decision. I mean, halbs and siege, theoretically, it's really deadly. Also in combination with bombard cannons, why not? Why not? But you said correctly. I mean, it's also 2v2 here, and DauT alone won't be able to just deal with the max together with Villese. TaToH should be supporting, as it's they're a team there. So I think TaToH just playing on his own, so to speak, and it certainly doesn't help too much.
Right. It looks like Villese now has fully upgraded heavy cavalry archers, and we know how dangerous those are. 12 attack and 8 range, so they're not going to be able. The halbs aren't going to be able to do too much damage against those.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think this is a matter of time here. I don't think that since Villese and the Max have so much map control, I don't think TaToH and DauT stuck in this small area of the map can hold out for too much longer.
I guess so as well. Just a matter of time as the army of DauT is getting cleared up there in the middle of his own base, step by step. Yeah. Also resource-wise, I mean, TaToH is fine, right, with those golds. What about DauT? Does he have any options anymore? I mean, up in the north, he still has a nice gold pile there that he's 2 gold piles that he's getting gold from. So resource-wise, there's still hope. But yeah, you said it, actually, it's just a matter of time. There are some also just stuck there on the left-hand side of the map, while the rest basically could belong to the Max and Villese there. There's still a lot of stone and gold left there on the right-hand side of the map. Yeah, it's a GG. It's a GG.
Yep, GG.
Wow. Well.
Yeah, I think the main reason I would say the team secret lost here is because to do halbs you have to be like faster than your opponent, and you also have to make them fight where you're fighting. So how you do that is with like a forward castle or with siege. But then the thing is, TaToH went for halbs, but he didn't have any forward castles or siege, and he had to defend with the halbs. And then because of that, the Max could just go wherever he wanted with his paladins, as that's what we saw him do.
I agree. That's actually well said there with the halberdiers. I mean, in order to make them effective, they need to get into the fights, and as they're really vulnerable, you know, when facing arrow fire or any kinds of other units that can deal with them really well. Offensive castles, forward castles are really important to have some kind of backup where they can work, I mean, and also fight beneath. And those kind of situations weren't there simply. And also I think, I mean, he went for Villese. That was at least something. But if he went for, I mean, it's not possible due to the geography here, but if he was able to go into the max space with those halberdiers, I mean, there was this one little attempt, but if he went in the same way he went into Villese's base, maybe the game would have been a bit more different. But yeah, the max way too far away from the others. Therefore, TaToH was not able to just simply go into his base, which led to the situation in which the halberdiers were simply not too effective. Right?
Yeah, I see. I agree.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, okay, I'll just update the score here. And I'll just ask the others here, so now that we're in between the games, was game sound fine? Could you hear Influenza? Was it okay? Or was the game too loud for some time? Just to make sure that the upcoming games are fine. If you got something to say, this is your time, people. Otherwise, we'll just carry on like that. So it's the first point for TheMax and Villese. Nevara's saying everything was fine. Actually, that's perfect.
All right, that's good.
All right.
I guess the only problem was, you know, the issue we had with the playback speed.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
We have a new strategy for this one, right? 65 and
65,
50, so.
man. Yeah, let's do it like that. Right, cool. So TheMax and Villese 1, DauT+TaToH, and the Viper in brackets 0. Okay, we'll just go back there for a second. Okay, now I gotta what do? I do quit current game and then I'm back in the single player mode. Is it?
I think we can go. They can press load. And
Oh
then
yeah,
we
you're
can just
right. You're
click,
right.
Yeah.
I see it. Okay, so game number 2 is incoming, and what we will do is once again, I believe clicking on OK after the countdown doesn't make too much sense. I think we should need to go into the game right now, then
Okay,
also
sure.
pause it
And
ASAP.
pause it.
Yeah, and then do it like this because both our computers are just too different considering their loading
Correct.
time. So I'll just go into the game right now. You can do as well, and I'll press pause ASAP. There we go. I paused it. Yeah, now I've paused it.
So then I guess you set it to 65 and then me 50 and then me on pause.
Is that
Sounds
yeah?
good.
That is actually possible while having it paused. Cool. I'll just also go to 0 there. I was in 3 seconds. It said I'm at 0 again from the start. Game speed is set, and I think if I change the overlay right now, it should be all good and we're ready to go. So I'll just do the countdown again. So once I say go, we can just hit the pause button there.
Yep.
So are you ready?
Yep.
Cool. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, so welcome everyone. My name is DauT+TaToH and I'm here together with Influenza, and we are casting game number 2 of the grand finals of Nomad Battlegrounds, a matchup between TaToH and DauT versus Villese and TheMax. And yeah, what you say, Flu? Do you want to start with this one, introducing the players?
Sure. I'm just going to talk about the civs first here. So
Let's go.
again, in the previous game, you know, everyone has very similar civs to each other. They're all paladin civs. They're all civs that have good knights, and they're also 2 civs or 1 civ on each team that has good cav archers. So again, they're just switching the civs. And I think actually in the previous game, I would prefer personally to have Huns and Franks. So I would say Teutons and Magyars are a little bit, you know, not as strong. So I'd say, you know, I like the matchup that TheMax and Villese have, since they won the previous game with, in my opinion, the worst civs. So they have the better civs in this game. So I think they might have a nice time here.
I think so too. So you said you would have loved to see Huns and Franks. No, you said what was it? Which kind of combination?
I said I preferred the Huns and the Franks.
Oh
I think
yeah,
that those
okay.
two would go together.
They have some nice what was it? Synergy? Do they have one? Is there some kind of helpful things? Do they have team bonuses that help each other actually?
Yeah, I think so. Like the Franks, they have extra line of sight on their knights, and then obviously the stable bonus.
Oh yeah,
for Huns.
Yeah, the stable
so
bonus is a team bonus, right?
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha.
And also there's that unique tech for the Franks that makes their stables work more quickly even.
Yeah,
so then they could
right.
like double up the bonuses, and then they have like paladins spamming like really fast, and that's what. And TaToH didn't use that, and he had gold. You know, he could have
Right.
done this kind of strategy, but he didn't. That didn't
Right.
make so much sense.
Uh-huh.
But now
Uh-huh.
we have Villese and the Max with that kind of potential.
You're right. You're right. That could definitely be. So you think it could be? Wait a sec. I'm just looking at something here. Oh, yeah, actually, that was interesting done. I was quickly looking at TaToH's base there, and he was hitting the boar with his TC on purpose, and then he made sure that he gets the last hit with his villager to basically kill the boar. That could have been. Do you do that as well? Do you get the boar like that as well, hitting with the TC first?
Sometimes. I usually don't because I'm just kind of scared of killing it.
Right. I was
But
going
yeah,
to say.
sometimes I'll do that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Do you see TaToH doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, TaToH did that.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen Viper doing that in the finals, not the grand finals, but the game before that, and he actually failed with that one. So even the best players, the greatest and well-known players, they even seem to, misplay it sometimes.
The dangerous thing with that is like when you have a hurt villager doing that, and then sometimes you have to garrison it again, and then your TC will still continue attacking the boar.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so that's the dangerous thing about it. You have to make sure you time it right and take everything into account.
You're right. So while we're looking at TaToH's base here, what do you think about this placement there? On the right hand side there.
Yeah, I like his base. Like he has a shorefish on his TC if he needs that later. Nice juicy forest, a lot of food. So I think it's pretty good. The only bad thing about it is that Villese is very close by. So the dangerous thing about having your TC on the shore is if there's an enemy nearby, they can kind of keep you like cordoned off in a small area, and then you're not able to expand.
Exactly.
So luckily for him, he does have DauT nearby to help him out. But again, we see like in the previous game, we have the Max kind of by himself in the corner there, and able to kind of do what he wants, perhaps.
Yeah, that is actually completely correct. It seems to be similar like the other game. This time though, DauT somehow could potentially go for the Max if you really want to, but you're right, the Max still far away from the others. That's true indeed. So yeah, I mean, I agree with the shorefish. That's something I've learned from you, actually, this way of thought that shorefish is actually really efficient food income there. And it's a good boost, that's for sure. Looking at his teammate DauT, what do you think about this TC position?
Oh yeah, I think it's similarly good. He has those boars nearby. Forests are fine. And he has some sheep too, so
it's good,
should be pretty good, I'd say. Might be interesting to see if one of the players goes on water and what they do with that. I'm not sure, maybe, like, I don't know. Who would go on water? Would it be DauT or would it be TaToH? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm thinking about it as well. I mean, what kind of parameters do you have with that? For that, I mean, both don't have the most efficient civs for water. I mean, they don't have too much of specialties.
Right.
What would you say is an argument to go for water and not to go for water? I mean, looking at DauT and TaToH, who should go and should not go?
I think if DauT would probably be the safer one, given his gold is kind of in a safer location, and if he knows where, if he figures out where the Max is, he could kind of wall off that area towards the top.
True.
So I think DauT would be have the safest. That'd be a safe option for DauT to do, but not so much TaToH, I don't think, because the golds are forward and they could easily be, kind of. Villese could go aggressive.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good observation right there. Yeah, DauT actually has the opportunity to ward off, and he is going for that, just for the sake of controlling here. What time are you at?
I'm at 9:10. Am I behind a bit?
No, yeah. I'll slow it down a bit, and I'll wait for you.
Where were you?
I'm at 10. Right now, 10:55.
Okay, here.
And I was at 65. All right. I'll go down just a tiny bit there, as in.
Maybe go to like 62 or 3 or.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was there. So, yeah. 62. I'm at 62 now.
Okay, so what's the time? I'm at 11, like right now.
11:20. I'll wait for you. Tell me to go at 11:24.
Okay, I'm good. Go.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It seems to be better now.
Pretty good. Yeah, it should be pretty good.
Good stuff. Yeah, right there you can see it. DauT actually did what you've just mentioned. He made sure that this front there is walled off for now in order to secure the gold. At least
But
like that.
TaToH might lose a villager here. You see that villager walking in there?
In where?
The
Oh
Max,
yeah, in there.
and
Oh
the Max
yeah,
is TC,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's
but
going on, man? Like
oh
he's fine, yeah. I think he's gonna escape.
yeah, he is gonna
Yeah.
escape down the south.
Oh, but there's the house.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he's fine though.
mm. But if there were more villagers in the TC, maybe he could have gotten the wall for sure.
Perhaps, yeah.
Perhaps, yeah, you're right. Okay, so actually, interesting TaToH goes for the forward gold there, and he places down an outpost to be sure that he sees every move by Villese. He is aware of the fact that Villese is there. Therefore, interesting stuff, and most interesting, TaToH going for fuel age first. Having the students, he could go for scouts for sure. Do you think he will do so? Probably he will, right? Talking about
I'm not
TaToH.
so sure.
Okay, what would you say?
I guess you see they're both taking Villese and TaToH. You know, they're taking the deers next to each other, but I don't see any military buildings yet for TaToH. Looks like he's going to be the one going for water.
Yeah, actually,
I guess
right.
he's confident. You see, he has that outpost out, looking out to see what Villese is going to do. So he'll have some sort of warning, but
Yeah,
I
actually,
guess it
you're
makes
right.
sense for him to go water if he's going to take that precaution.
You're actually right. I mean, the fact that he goes for gold and then he wants to make sure that to have that gold. Absolutely correct there.
And you see, he did a very smart thing right away when he got to the feudal age. He got town watch, so he can see that barracks coming up to the Villese, and he's going to be well prepared, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a good observation for sure. Without town watch, he wouldn't have been able to see that one.
Check out TheMax's dock. He has like a fire ship, almost killing that. Yeah, that TaToH'sville's going to die over there. Yeah, you see that?
I'm just looking at. I mean, I see how the Max is attacking the dock of TaToH. Oh, what exactly do you mean? Where is that?
By TheMax's dock, TaToH was walling in a villager, and then
Really? Where is that?
yeah, TheMax killed it with a fire ship while he was rolling in.
Oh, okay, now I got you. All right. Oh shoot, man. I mean, I was just confused because the Max has 3 dogs already. So
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, I meant the fishing dock. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. No, all good. That's also an interesting observation that he has 3 dogs. So certainly a sign that he wants to go for water a bit more. Yeah. Interesting stuff for sure.
The Villese go into the castle age here, 1820. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. I guess he has that archery range, so I guess we can expect cav archers.
Yeah, probably. Interesting stuff in the beginning, and the other match that we have watched was DauT having the Huns going for cav archers, and we've seen. Oh yeah, okay. I was just talking about the numbers of archery ranges actually. Normally we see a lot of players who play, for instance, Huns in Arabia going for 3 archery ranges, but DauT, for instance, went for 2 archery ranges. I've paid attention to that for a long time. It took him a while to go for that 3rd archery range. So I just thought maybe that's a Nomad thing, but actually it's not. I mean, as Villese gets his 3rd archery range, it's just the usual approach of going mass cav archers, so to speak. Alright.
Oh yeah, Villese is going for that 3rd archery range.
For sure, okay, and the Max at the same time is making sure that he is not going to be bothered. He's putting down a lot of stone walls there, just to be sure that he does that he can do what he does best, which is probably going for some boom.
Yeah, he does that quite well, and I don't know, I'm not sure about the strategy that he is. Like, he is the Franks, you know, going for mass water. Like, I mean, it's always good to kill your enemy's fish and whatnot, but again, having access to those knights, you know, with free bloodlines essentially right away. Like, I think maybe make a few fire galleys and then try and make your way to the castle age at maybe a decent time. But it looks like Max here is going to be kind of slow. Like, it didn't make so much sense to me, especially since his fish is like really safe in the back there. But I guess he wanted to defend Villese's fish, but as you see, Villese's fish is dead.
Yeah, it's gone.
And he didn't really kill too many of. He actually killed some of TaToH's fish, but not so many of DauT's.
Right.
I think DauT's those 13.
Yeah, interesting for sure, because he walled up. I initially thought, okay, he just wants to make sure to go for a boom, but yeah, you're right. Actually, that one slowed him down. Question is, was that the right decision to go for? Villese has lost his fish, as you've said it. Well, we'll see. Yeah, DauT and Villese already in Castle Age. Max is on his way. TaToH's still not there though. That is also interesting. But yeah, we're gonna see how this one will be like. And yeah, we can also, what's the most important thing is that both DauT and Villese now going for calf archers as expected.
Yep. And Villese did manage to get vodka and arrow, so he lost all his fish, so he's, you know, a bit low on food. But he did manage to squeeze that upgrade in, so that's gonna be pretty effective for him.
Iron Chef and Iron Chef and chat saying, hey y'all, what's up, man? Welcome. Hi there. Yeah, you're right. So far, just looking at the numbers of military here, by Villese it's at 9, for DauT it's 10. Looks equal for now, even though he's being chased there. On the right hand side, DauT has more calf archers chasing this one single calf archer by Villese. Okay.
It looks like TaToH's gonna be stuck in the feudal age for a while. I don't see him clicking up at all. I thought TheMax was gonna be a bit late. Then TaToH here is even a lot later. Yeah, is he slinging a bit?
Yeah, I was asking myself. He has the market up, and I've not clicked on their point of view of that team, so I didn't see any transaction taking place or some slinging, so to speak. But could be. I mean, the way it looks like. I mean, he is buying stone.
Yet, no.
He is buying stone though. I don't know. TaToH just bought stone.
If you check behind Villese's base, like near his gold, you see he was trying to make a tower there.
Yeah.
And he failed. You notice that? Yeah. So that's a kind of misplay there from TaToH. Also, he's losing his gold villagers himself from some police raids with those cav archers.
Let me see, Rick. Let's check the time here just to be sure. What time are you at?
I'm at 21:45.
21:45. Why am I at 23? And I'm seeing lots of different things here. Okay.
23, jeez, man.
Why? Like this is the record now. Yeah. Okay.
That's unexpected.
That was really unexpected. I'll just slow down here. So I did at 62, and I'll go with 59 even. Let's do something odd.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening before. How come?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. It's just. So I'll just wait there for a second. I'm at 24:15 now. Feel free to tell me.
24:15. So you're paused there?
Yep.
24:15?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll tell you when to unpause.
All good, man.
All right. Go ahead.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, alright. So there we go. What we can see here is DauT actually inside of Villese's space trying to get some vills. But he is being pushed out by, for now by TheMax's knights, but they have no upgrades. I hate to see knights without upgrades. It's just some kind of weird thing that I have, but I love to see... I love me some knights with +2 defense especially.
Yeah, they're not so useful with just no upgrades at all.
Right. And it would
need at least +1, I'd say.
Also, it's a waste, right? If you lose a knight like that, so many resources just down the drain, and therefore you gotta be careful about that one, not to lose them.
Yeah, I agree. And I think since TheMax, he kept at least some of his fish alive, and also he had a later castle time, so he managed to make some farms. I'm not sure why he's a little bit late, in the terms of getting upgrades. I think he should have been pretty fast about that, I think.
Yeah, just confirming here, TaToH is going for some slinging here once again, just wood and fruits being donated here, just so, and he is in fuel age still. I guess it'll be like this for a while. It'll be like that.
So I guess it makes sense to sling the Magyars player, given they do have the strongest cav archers in the game, and we know cav archers is, that's the strongest class of unit. Mobile, ranged unit,
and still doing damage.
Quite a lot of attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Completely agree. Yeah, it makes sense to sling him like that, and that is also the reason why he's able to just maintain his economy there for now.
Yeah, so DauT's just gonna get all his upgrades. It looks like he does have the biggest economy in the game right now with the most villagers. So yeah, keeping his fish alive for pretty much most of this game. He has 8 fish still alive, so I think probably TheMax and Villese have just given that up, so they're just going to allow him to, take what remains of the fish. So he's going to have Sling with the best eco already in the game. So I think he should have the game kind of cut out for him right now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, looks like some potential danger there for both TheMax and Villese, because so far we don't see too much. It makes sense for TheMax as he is walled up there in his own base and he tries to do something like that. I just look here at the numbers here. 1, 2, 3. He has the 3 TCs. They're far away from each other, but that... I mean, whoa, wait. He has 1 TC on the very left-hand side there of the map, by the way. That's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah, I noticed that.
Oh, you noticed it? Okay, okay. Alright, cool. At least someone noticed that. He also goes for a 4th TC. Interesting. Vulgent numbers, though, still not that much. Obviously,
Yeah,
DauT.
imp time. Looking up to imp for DauT.
Oh, yeah. Good imp time indeed. That's really fast, but obviously explainable due to the support of TaToH. And yeah, do you think it's maybe a mistake not to go for TaToH somehow? Speaking of Villese here, I mean, he is being kept a lot of, I mean, he's busy here, right? That applies a lot of pressure to prevent this.
The thing is, I don't know what TheMax is doing, but he needs armor on his knights and more army probably. And the thing is, Villese can't really compete with the cav archers of DauT because we know Villese had the worst eco when he got up to the castle age because he lost all his fish right away, so he wasn't able to get bloodlines, thumb ring, like ballistics so easily. Like I don't think he has ballistics, does he? Villese? I don't think so. So he's missing a lot of key upgrades for his units. So, oh, it looks like they're calling GG. See that?
Yeah. I just remained silent there for a second, but yeah, I've just seen it like a couple of seconds ago. Yeah, it has been GG. You're right.
They must have noticed that DauT, he
got too strong there.
Kind of. Yeah, too strong, yeah.
Too strong. You're right. Magyar, Cav just sling that one. That's actually a nice idea. I like this approach now. Well, the first game was not that nicely done by both TaToH and DauT. This time, it somehow worked because you've explained it correctly. The slinging from TaToH to, in the direction of DauT was actually the better choice, other than the other way around. Because with such strong Cav archers and messing them up like that and boosting the economy of DauT, making it possible to go for such an early imp with that kind of army, good decision. And maybe also not the best decisions here by TheMax, in my opinion. I mean, Villese was struggling all the time. TheMax donating a couple of knights here and there. But I feel that TheMax could have done a little bit more. His economy, as in, yeah, his whole economy was not that strong. I mean, it was about to start, but it was a bit too slow. Maybe it could have had some relations with the fact that he went for water. Speaking of TheMax still, in the beginning, you said yourself maybe that many fire galleys that he put out, it slowed down his castle time for sure. Maybe that was also one of the keys here why TheMax was too slow.
I think what some players do is they kind of overestimate the importance of fish here. Like for example, TaToH, if he loses his fish, he's Teuton, so he has very cheap farms.
Right.
So that's just totally fine for him if he loses fish. And then not so much for DauT. I guess DauT kind of needs his fish, but again, his fish was all the way in the back, so he didn't really lose too many of them. So he was completely safe, even despite TheMax's efforts to kill his fish. He was unsuccessful.
Not successful indeed. Right. Yeah. Wow. So that is it for the second game there. So we got two similar games there, as the rules of Nomad Battlegrounds Grand Finals say. First of all, game 1 was final winner chooses civs for both teams, and then it's going to be mirrored, as in switch civs from game 1. And now we're going to see Chinese and Persians, right? I mean, I've just copy-pasted those game rules from the other Grand Finals, as I thought that's correct, but it should be Chinese and Persians, right, in game number 3? Let me see.
Correct,
what that,
yeah.
That should be right. Tedious Nobodo fan says, casting Rex. Yes, sir. We are just recasting some stuff here. Doing our best. And just for your information, people, we are going to show you all of the games, obviously, in this grand final. Just, though, to keep in mind, as I live in Germany, I got a nasty router reset at 3:30-ish, somewhere, as it's 1:30 GMT. Something that I always forget about. But it is actually nothing too substantial. The stream will maybe be down for 5 or 10 seconds in total. And actually it will have no impact, as this is just recorded games. So even Influenza will most likely not notice. I will just cut off there for 2 seconds maybe, and then it'll just continue. So Don't be surprised, guys, if the stream goes down for just a minute, not even a minute, just talking about 10 seconds or something. We will be back right now. But yeah, it's gonna take place in about 15 minutes for your information.
15 minutes.
Yeah, about of that. But it will have no impact, so we will just basically just carry on, and then it'll be all fine.
Sounds good.
Yo. Alright. Yeah, so not going out of the game, but loading the game. And I also need to update the score there, so it's ties now, right? So
Correct.
it's the first points for the first point there for DauT and TaToH. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, that's Chinese and Persians. I do like this Civ. It's kind of a bit of a throwback, you know, to AOC, where Chinese and Persians are the two strongest civs on Nomad.
Right.
Where now they have a lot more competition, right? But you know, in the past, it was just Chinese and Persians at the top.
Right.
So it's nice to see this again.
Exactly. I mean, with the Persians especially, there with their early bonus there, with the additional resources and whatnot, actually nice. The Chinese, is it like that with the Chinese that you start? I mean, do you start with more villages there? Just asking as a noob here. I mean, as a
correct. You start with 6 villas.
6 villas still. Interesting stuff. Is that an advantage here, Nomad? It is, right? I mean, just
Definitely,
stupidly asking.
Having you know, all that extra line of sight in the beginning. That 6 villagers walking around, you can get your TC up a bit faster. You know, it's a little bit awkward to beat Chinese on Nomad because again, you have no food. If you have no food at the start, and then let's say you're still walking around and trying to find food, it could be, you know, bad.
Right.
You know, but you don't find anything. But you know, usually you can find some stuff here and there, and you'll be okay.
Interesting for sure.
That's why sometimes you'll see players with Chinese, they'll build a mill to take shorefish or even usually shorefish, but sometimes they'll be deer. But that's one change from Wolo Kingdoms compared to the vanilla Nomad back in AOC. A little bit different. I've noticed there's not as much shorefish.
So yeah, you said that. I've heard you saying this. There's not that's some kind of feeling that you have, but do you really think that? As in, is it
yeah, I'm like 100% sure.
Yeah, wow.
I'm not sure if it was done intentionally.
But it is there.
Maybe
somehow.
It's just somehow it happened.
That is interesting. Well, that is really interesting. Just before we start this game, since we're talking about civs and their bonuses, now that you've explained it with the Chinese, I've read something today. It's not even off topic, but it's completely here. Considering Nomad, Incas. Once they built their TC, there was some kind of. I mean, they obviously start with a llama on regular maps, right? As in, let's say in Arabia or Arena, something like this. And the reason why it didn't appear on Nomad is because the llama, just technically speaking, is related to the scout. Is that correct so far? What I say?
I think there's a difference between the HD edition and Wolo Kingdoms in this regard.
Okay.
The llama spawns for Incas on Nomad.
Does it?
On Wolo Kingdoms.
Does
but
it?
Not. I don't think it does on Steam. On Steam, I think it's different.
I am sure that it doesn't appear on Steam. That's what I'm saying. But this will change now as the new update came out just today. I mean, as in beta. And one of the changes is actually that the llama also is spawning for Incas on HD. Interesting stuff. I didn't know it was different on Vubli here, as in Wolo Kingdoms. Interesting stuff for sure. Okay.
I'm not sure why they had that difference. Like you'd think it'd be the same, but again, it's not the only difference between Steam and Wolo Kingdoms, right?
Right.
So.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And there are some substantial differences for sure. Okay. Somehow what was the shortcut for time again? Was it F2? So.
F11, I think.
Oops. F11. Yeah. There we go. Okay, all good. So I'm ready. What about you? Are you ready as well? So
yeah, I'm definitely ready.
So this time I go for. It sounds odd, but I will go for 59 just to see what's gonna happen.
Because I think so. We gotta try it.
Yeah. We gotta try, right? So I'm ready. If you're as well, so I'll just do the countdown on 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay.
All right. So welcome everyone. My name is TheMax+Villese, and I am casting together with Influenza. Round number 3, I'm sorry, of Nomad Battlegrounds Grand Final, a matchup between TaToH and DauT versus TheMax+Villese. Yeah, let's just start, man. We got this Persians and Chinese matchup. Mirror here.
Right from the start, I
mhm.
do like the positions of DauT and DauT and TaToH here. They're both pretty close to each other. I don't think DauT has much food nearby, but he has some sheep coming in, so he'll be just fine in that department. And you have overlay
Yep.
problem or
Yeah. I just I just
okay.
pressed the wrong button there. Sorry.
Okay.
I fix it.
Yeah, I do like the map for these two secret players.
All right. You said that. Oh yeah. I mean, I can see for Tato for sure, and with DauT as well. So I gotta say, it's actually interesting. Also looking at the others here, TheMax and Villese. Here, real quick. What you think about them? I mean, TheMax is close to the shore. No shorefish, but he has a decent number of wild boars. That's good. Also some sheep here and there. The wood is okay. I mean, I like the way it is. The TC is put down, as it's, there's no way for the enemy to come from other than the front there. But resource-wise, I am not sure if this is so good for TheMax, as I mean, he's far away from the others, so he could go for the gold on the left-hand side. But in the front there, he has this ugly hill. I don't like hills, but it's not gonna be that much of a problem. It's just interesting to see that TheMax is so far away from the others as well. And yeah,
That's
Villese.
3 games in a row, right?
Yeah,
Of the Max being far away.
yeah, that's
So
true. That's true.
the Max is always on his own in these games so far, and then we have Villese always nearby the enemy players.
Mm.
And once again, we see the same kind of thing in this game.
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of pattern there. Definitely. But I ask ourselves, is this gonna be helpful this time? I mean, last time it didn't work. Just the previous match, it just did not work there. And
Right.
yeah, so let's see. Maybe it'll work this time. So you said it. Chinese and Persians. They are the former top tier civs of Nomad. In this combination, what kind of things would you maybe expect to see from both? I mean, in the team play of Persians and Chinese.
I think both of them have good knights and camels, so I think we could see both doing knights and camels, or on the other hand, we might see TaToH doing something different here. I think because we see how close he is to Villese, so we might see some towers in this game. And then we have TheMax, off on his own in the corner there, and I think we're gonna definitely see like knights or camels coming in from him since he's so far away. He can do that pretty easily.
Hmm.
And the big question will be like, how's DauT gonna do with the Persians over here? I don't really see gold. Actually, there's one gold pretty close by there. So I think we're gonna see kind of be a bit of war on water, and then some knights and
Mm-hmm.
towers in this game, if I had to guess.
Towers, would you say so?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're gonna see some towers in this game. I'm not a big fan of them,
I
but
hate him. I gotta
I
be
think
honest
they're
about it.
likely.
Mm.
Ooh, we see that Vil going down for Villese.
Yep.
From
I've seen that.
yeah,
Just let's check the time. What time are you at?
550.
Alright, I'll just
Or-
I'll just stop the game for now. Maybe it has worked that the game speed is okay now. I'll just go down to even 53. All right, and I'm waiting
All right,
here at
that's
6:46, and then I'll just
Oh, you're 646. What the heck?
yeah, I
How
don't
did I get
even
that?
know, man. I don't know,
Huh. That's
man.
strange.
So yeah, 6:46. Let me know when you're there, and then I'll just continue.
All right, continue.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So just sorry for just this little overlay problem that I had. I just pressed F11, which is a shortcut for my be right back screen. So that happened, guys, but everything's fine for now, and we are back here. Though I gotta say, this game looks pretty slow now. Now that I have it that speed. What time are you at? Just checking it once again.
725.
All right, this is probably too slow then. I'll go stick with
55 maybe.
yeah, 54, 56. I was with 54. But 54 seems also a bit slow there.
Huh. It's so strange, man. It's so
Yeah.
strange.
Oh my god, man.
I don't know.
Let's just hope for the next update there. It's gonna be even better. Mutual.
Because I don't know,
Yeah.
50 looks pretty normal for me, and then I don't know, like the thing is, like when I was streaming, and then I'd have that playback issues too, and where it didn't look quite right
Mm.
at 50, and then I'd have to try and speed it up. But the
Alright.
big problem here is I don't have the shift key myself, so I can't. Because I don't know why my shift key decides to not really work so well.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big problem.
Yeah, kinda, I agree. But yeah, we just gotta go with what we have here. So I'm sure. I mean, this is the best of 9, right? If we're gonna go
Correct.
through all of the games we don't know, guys, we don't want to spoil here. We will have enough time to fix this issue here for sure, and then we'll be even
Correct.
better here for the next castings that we do together. Gauze Benay, I'm sorry, let me just read it here. Gauze Banyats asking flu casting. Yes, he is also casting. All right,
Yeah,
and
we're
this
casting our wreck problems.
yeah, we're casting Rick Bros basically. That's the real title of this stream here for sure. And yeah, hi there, Mr. Dude. ATST indeed, man. I am back and I am not alone. I've brought Influenza here as well. So we're just here also both interested in this NBG finals here, grand finals here. And yeah, well, we've spent decent time here in explaining some technical background. Did something happen here for now, as in some kind of important thing? What do you think about the water for now? Anything striking
I
so
think
far, position wise
you know
even? Mm?
both players. Both teams are just trying to execute their builds right now.
Mm?
I'm not sure what each of them are going to do. We see 2 docks right now for TaToH already, and I don't see. I guess it looks like TheMax and Villese are across the map right now on the other side. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do. There's not gonna be some big, really messy water wars. I don't think, unless Villese chooses to build a dock in the middle, perhaps, and go for their fish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of dangerous if he were to do that, just because of his proximity to TaToH. We're gonna
Right.
see TheMax. Everyone's clicked up right now except for DauT. Like DauT's lagging behind a little bit there.
True. And well, the bad things I see here is TaToH's getting stone.
Oh yeah, you know what that means.
I know.
It could potentially not mean towers. It could mean he could be skipping the feudal age and just going for a castle.
Right.
Which
Just
that's
go
actually I
castle.
like that.
Yeah, that would be
I do
nice.
like Chuko news.
Definitely. With 4 on gold, it could be maybe something like this, right? Just skipping fuel age, and then just go for castle age directly, and then just drop a castle, get out Chukunus. Chukunus is certainly something I like to see, better than towers, indeed.
I don't like what DauT's doing here. He's getting Loom. I mean, obviously Loom is important, but he's like really delaying his feudal time here. We see Police just arrived, and then DauT's just about to click up right now. So that's kind of, it's you don't want to do that. You don't want to be this late. He had enough food to go up earlier, and